Hello and welcome to episode 4 of The Scoop. I'm Jason and I'm here with, almost said the guest again actually. That could have been bad.
Dude.
I'm here with Nate.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this is Nate here, not the guest. This is episode 4 of The Scoop, and I've been here for each and every single episode, so I am not a guest by those terms, thank you.
Sorry dude, I'm sorry, I know. I'm going to say it every episode now just to piss you off, okay? Because that'd be pretty funny. Okay, we're here at episode 4. We are sponsored by Mountain Dew. Go get your Mountain Dew today. Yeah, you go into Meijer or Walmart, tell them you heard on The Scoop. If you use the code SCOOP, if you just say that to the cashier, they'll give you 25% off your Mountain Dew. I promise. I promise you.
100% effective.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. We got that sponsorship. It's better than like anyone else in the world. So yeah.
You're welcome.
So how's it going, man? How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of tired, but it's getting later, so I guess it makes sense. Looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited for this weekend too. I got a lot of exams and stuff this week. Wasn't fun.
Out of the way. Yeah, me too.
Me too. I actually have an ear infection right now. I don't know. Like, it's kind of funny. I'm telling you this, like you don't know it, but like you live with me, so like most of the stuff I say on here to you, it's like, I don't know. It's just funny. But yeah.
I see you pretty much 24/7, so I know most things going on.
Yeah. So I have an ear infection. Actually, like last week, I started feeling awful, and like. I thought it was just going to be a cold. During the weekend, I felt awful. And then, like, this week, I started feeling better. And then I had to go get a doctor's note because I missed some class. And I missed an assignment. And I didn't even want to go to the doctor because I felt better. And I went anyways. And turns out, yeah, I have an ear infection. That's weird because I've never had one of those. Like, I wonder what I did different then.
Those are not fun. And, during middle school and like my freshman year of high school, I would be sick all the time, and then I'd go to the doctor and I'd get an ear infection like once a winter, and it just, I don't know, I think it's just the buildup after a lot of cold. It for some reason gives you an ear infection. That's what you got. It
was
sucks.
So fun.
You love it?
My ears just feel great all the time. And actually I looked this up, and like you lose hearing when you have ear infections. Like, they are really bad for your ears. Obviously, like, you have an infection in your eardrum. That's not good. But no, yeah, that's...
Probably not.
That's not cool, bro. I wonder how much I lost in my hearing. Like, right now, my ears are all plugged up. Like, I can feel it. I bet right now, I have, like, 25% less hearing than I normally do. And that kind of sucks.
You know, I can only imagine myself after like 5 ear infections. How much hearing have I lost? Really? I failed my kindergarten hearing test. How much worse did it get?
Kindergarten? Are you sure it wasn't like you're just bad at listening?
And that's like, what I was going to say. I think I might have been just like stupid. Didn't really know what I was supposed to do for the test because I think I hear fine. I mean, I don't know what your hearing is like. I don't know what anyone else's hearing is like. But to me, it seems fine. But
that's a good perspective. Yeah.
That's what I have thought of whenever I'm thinking about how I failed my kindergarten hearing test. I'm like, I think I hear fine, but am I hearing something different than anyone else?
Every day, dude. It's kindergarten. Like, that's not accurate. Like,
no,
that's so
exactly.
Long ago.
But still, to think of like. Really, am I hearing the same thing that you hear at all times? I'm not sure. This is the normal volume to me, but is it normal to you? Are we hearing the same volume? I don't know.
Yo, voice crack there, dude.
I did. I don't know why. My throat's been a little sore and hasn't quite recovered, I guess.
I guess.
But I don't know. Sorry.
If you think about it, like, everybody, like, their hearing and their sight and everything is, like, subjective to them. So, like, they might always think, oh, mine's good, my eyesight is good, my hearing's good, my sense of smell is good. But, like, do they really know what's actually good or what's bad?
Exactly. That crosses my mind all the time.
They only know what they know. Like, you can't put someone else's eyes on yours and be like, oh, shoot, theirs is better than mine. Or like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's interesting too with taste. Everyone has different taste buds. I have things that taste good to me that don't taste good to you. Like our taste buds are different. Our our
And
sight's
probably
different.
everything
Our
else is different
the sounds
too.
that we hear
Yeah.
different. Like this is something that crosses my mind.
That's why some people like different songs and like stuff like that. Different things appeal to others.
Exactly. Our
It's weird.
senses react differently to
We're
certain things.
we're saying like straight facts that no one's ever known. Like, really? That's true? People don't see don't taste things the same?
I mean,
What?
it's just something to think about.
Yeah. I like to do that too. Like when I'm thinking like about deep stuff and then I'm like, oh wait, that's kind of obvious, but
Obvious, but still, I don't know, still interesting to think about.
yeah. Like, don't you ever wonder? Probably like other people can, like their eyesight, like they could see certain colors better than others, like kind of like
That's the
colorblind,
thing too.
or like, but same. Like, what if everyone just sees different colors better than others? Like, I don't know.
Well, it might be similar, but maybe slightly different. Like, in one of my art classes in high school, my art teacher, she asked me like what I thought a couple different colors were and stuff. Because
Like, what do you
I
mean?
actually, she told me,
like
well,
what she,
we had to make a color scale of all these different colors, like painting,
yeah.
and then she told me that she thinks that I'm slightly colorblind, like I'm seeing colors a little differently than most do, and I think that I see all the colors normally, but maybe I don't. Maybe I do see colors a little differently.
Have you ever heard the theory, where like my red could be different from your red?
Yeah,
And, like-
yeah, we talked about that a lot in my art.
Yeah, like you could grow up, calling some color red, and it could be the same color like as me, but like you could see a total different color and call it red, and you could describe it and everything, but like you can't describe red enough to tell that everyone's seeing the same red.
I know.
Like you say, yeah. What you see that coat on the wall? It's red. Brendan's coat.
Yeah,
like
I do.
That's
I
what I've
do.
been looking at right now. That's red, right?
Yes, it's red, but are we?
But like, yeah,
do we
are we
both
seeing the same red?
Exactly. And when you describe colors, you'd say like, oh, it's bright. It's like it's kind of bright, but it's also kind of like a darkish red. But you're saying red, and it's red to you, it's red to me. But is it the same red? I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm gonna describe it like I see it as I think it's it's dark ish. Like why this is probably boring to the viewers, so we should stop.
We should.
Okay. I got an interesting thing that I could talk about. I wanted to do a little bit of research before the podcast for this one. But yeah, I kind of forgot to do that. So it's this thing. It's a picture of Starbucks. It's a Starbucks in Saudi Arabia. And for those of you that don't know what's going on with the Starbucks thing, Starbucks just announced that over the next 5 years, they're going to be trying to hire 10,000 refugees into all their stores. And people are getting upset about this. I don't really have an opinion on it because people are upset because this is in America that they're doing this. And there's a bunch of homeless veterans that people think they should be hiring instead. And this is in response to like the Muslim ban going on right now. And no, it's not a Muslim ban. I can't believe I just called it that.
I was kind of wondering because
Yeah.
you always say it's not a Muslim ban, and then you just called it the Muslim ban.
You know it's
but I
not a
don't know.
Muslim ban though, right?
It is not a Muslim ban.
So-
specifically.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Maybe later in the podcast. But anyways, so Starbucks, like a lot of people, a lot of the Republicans, like the Republican community is giving them crap right now because they, like I have no opinion on this. Honestly, I don't even really care. But there's like a point to this that I'll get to in the end. They're getting pissed off because Starbucks should be hiring veterans instead of refugees. And honestly, I don't really care. They can hire whoever they want. But like, yeah, it'd be cooler for veterans. But anyways, so they're boycotting them. So a bunch of people on like the liberal side are like supporting Starbucks heavily right now. Like, and saying how good of a company they are for doing this and stuff. But what they don't know And I wanted to do a little more like information searching and fact checking on this. And excuse me, I'm about to burp. Okay. So, in Saudi Arabia, there's a Starbucks where women have no rights. No women are even work there. They're not allowed. And they're not even allowed in the store in this Starbucks. And they allow this. Starbucks is okay with this. And women literally are not allowed in the store. That says send in your driver for women. Because women aren't allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. For those of you that don't know that, I'm pretty sure. That is not 100% fact again. But I'm pretty confident that they can't.
We'll have to go look at that fact after.
Yeah, no, we can fact check it right now. That's what our
right
laptops
now.
are for.
You're right.
Do you want to do that? Right. Well, I'm saying
sure,
this. Oh,
sure.
Sweet. Okay, so, what was I saying? So yeah, Starbucks. They also took the woman out of the Starbucks logo at this Saudi Arabia Starbucks. So it's not even the same logo as all the other Starbucks, and I think that's ridiculous about how Starbucks allows this. They allow a chain to do this under with Starbucks's name. That makes them okay with segregation and discrimination of women. And so many of these white people or white women in America are really supporting Starbucks right now and saying how good of a company it is, and they don't even know that Starbucks doesn't have support rights for women.
I'm curious, do other big corporations go to the regulations of Saudi Arabia as well? Are there other big companies like McDonald's that do the same type of things? Do you know?
That's what I wanted to look up before.
I'm going to look that up.
I talked about this.
So what I did find is in Saudi Arabia, it is the only country where women are not permitted to drive.
Ooh.
The only country.
Oh, I called it then. That's wow.
So that is correct. So I'm gonna look up about McDonald's.
That's interesting.
In Saudi Arabia.
And be careful with your typing there because your microphone can pick that stuff up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So another thing I had to talk about. Actually, no. What is your opinion on that? Really? Before we move on to something new.
My opinion.
What do you think of the idiocracy or I don't know, I think that's the right word, of the people that don't realize what a company Starbucks is?
Well, and that's the thing. I feel like there are a lot of people that they don't know what's they know what's given to them directly through news sources here in the United States, such as CNN or Fox. They know what is put out by that, but they don't know necessarily news that is being what's going on in other parts of the world. They know what Starbucks is doing here, but they don't know what Starbucks is doing in Saudi Arabia. And there are different laws and regulations there, but I do not agree with the fact that the same company that is supporting women and all these, saying that they support women and all these things here, is also segregating against women there. They're kind of conflicting their own policies, and I don't agree with that. However, I do not know if all the companies like McDonald's, Burger King are doing the same thing, and we're just criticizing Starbucks. So that's why we do need to figure out if this is something going on in other corporations.
But no, the reason Starbucks is the relevant one, even if that is true, is Starbucks is a lot of people are oh, Starbucks takes recognition of other people and they don't discriminate. That's what I'm seeing on Twitter and stuff. And what people don't know is these corporations, they don't care about that they say they do. They're just trying to make themselves look good to the public so more people buy their stuff. So yeah, I think that's just a little ridiculous because Starbucks is not the best company, really. I've heard of I don't want to look it up right now. I'm not just going to bash Starbucks the whole freaking episode because I don't even go to Starbucks. I don't even care, honestly. So yeah, we're just going to move on from that topic.
I did see, I'm reading, this is on change.org, so I'm not sure exactly how reliable this is. I don't know a whole lot about the site, But this says that the McDonald's in Saudi Arabia they do segregate just like Starbucks does. They have
Wow.
different seating for men and women, separate entrances for men and women. So
they're they're guilty just like Starbucks.
yes.
So
And at McDonald's in Saudi Arabia, they solved the problem of women not being able to drive by offering home delivery.
So that's kind of cool, but the segregation thing, like, come
I
on, these companies, they seriously do that?
Yes, all these companies are doing that, and I don't understand because they promote completely different things in one country from another. You would think that, like, this company would try to stand up and be the change, not segregate, you know?
Why don't they, like, all they care about
just-
is money, I guess, because why
that's
don't they
all.
just say, like, hey, you can open a McDonald's here in Saudi Arabia, go ahead, but you can't segregate women,
And
and then
I
you
think
can.
it would help, like, promote equality if a company like McDonald's was the change. They didn't segregate. If they didn't segregate, then I feel like that would lead to other corporations in Saudi Arabia to go along the same practices as McDonald's, because it is such a big corporation that many have looked up to, you know?
Yeah, dude.
It's so widespread,
Yeah.
and
That
it could make a big change, I think.
That's crazy, man. So, our setup this episode, I think the audio might be a little bit better. I hope, because
We're hoping. We're trying.
we got more crap. You know, like I got this big sack of my dirty laundry, sitting like between us, and that sounds funny, but no, like it's really heavy. Like it definitely probably absorbs a lot of sound. So that should help.
I'm hoping so. We have all these pillows and towels and dirty laundry between us. I can't see you. I couldn't see you if I wanted to.
I know,
right
dude.
now.
I see your feet, but that's it, really. But dude, I really am upset. Kind of still. I'm thinking about is how our podcast got interrupted. Like we were flowing so good.
We were.
And honestly, I think like we're going good, but when we first started this, for like the first couple minutes, it was definitely not good, like as compared to how it was going, because it was almost
and it's
like
going to be interesting when we put them together to hear the transition from one to
Yeah.
another, you know?
that's why we
I
gotta
don't know.
be good.
It is upsetting. I don't think we've had one podcast go completely right from beginning to start
no,
on first
dude.
attempt.
It's okay.
We
though.
always get interrupted and things happen.
That's how we
but
get better.
Exactly. There's going to come a time where we don't have these interruptions. And like we talked about in the last episode, we could go to the library and get a room, and then we don't have to worry about someone coming in and interrupting us.
Yeah.
Getting back from practice. We really should do that sometime soon, I think.
Yeah, just try it out, you know. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm pretty sure those rooms are pretty soundproof. Like, I think you'll be pretty good. I don't know how echoey those rooms are. That could be an issue.
Have everyone listen to us?
No, like echoey as in like the microphone will pick up echoes
Okay,
off the
that's
walls.
true. That's a good point.
That's why we have all this stuff, right? Honest, dude. Like, I swear if I moved all this right now, you would notice a difference.
Oh, I'm sure.
It absorbs some of the sound that otherwise would echo off the walls. And my recording setup at home, when I would make videos, because I was in like a big room that was carpeted, it like with not that high ceilings either, it wasn't a problem. So, but now it is because we're in like a square brick room.
Cement, yeah.
Sound just bounces off the walls until like it goes away. Yeah. I got another topic I could talk about, or if you want to introduce one, you can go for it. Excuse me. Burp.
You know, what I have is a question. I found this question on Reddit, and this is something that I kind of have a hard time with sometimes. I am a procrastinator at best, but I do always end up getting my stuff done. But this asks, how does one overcome procrastination? What do you do to finally just get your stuff done?
Dude, honestly, I don't overcome it. Like, I've always procrastinated so bad. And I've learned that I have to live with it. It's who I am. It's literally part of who I am. Like, it doesn't ever fix. I've tried to. I I think if I really, really put my mind to it and was like, oh my gosh, dude, you gotta stop, I could stop. But I don't want to. I like the
It's
life of a
hard.
procrastinator. Like,
And that's the thing. Like you said, it kind of has become part of like who I am. I wait around. Then I'm upset about it. I think about the things that I'm supposed to be doing while I'm procrastinating, but I just can't pull myself to do it right away. And I do the same thing every time. And I think I kind of get that from my mom too. She's finishing up classes to get her master's degree in nursing, and she'll have homework due at midnight, and she'll be doing whatever all day long, and then at 9 o'clock she's like, oh god, I have that assignment due at midnight, and then she hurries up and gets it done just in time. She's successful, and I'm usually successful when I procrastinate still.
Yeah.
So it works.
Procrastinate. I like how you say that. It should be like congrastinate. Because, like, it's not...
What? Congrastinate?
It's not a good thing. It shouldn't be procrastinate. Congrastinate.
That is right.
But, okay, so, like, I don't have a problem with procrastination that bad. I don't think I'm as bad as you. No offense. Because, like, I get my shit done with, like, a comfortable amount of time to, like, relax.
I would say I usually do. But there was that paper due yesterday at 2, and I finished it in between my 12 and 2 break.
You were literally typing it like
at
with
150.
You were typing it when you should be, like, honestly heading to class. And you still hadn't had it printed out. You still had to go down the hall.
Turned it in
and print
on
it out.
time for full credit. I got it done.
Yeah, I guess so. So I guess you can't say... I guess I can't say.
Sometimes it takes the pressure under me to just know that I have to get it done.
Yeah, I work better under pressure like that. Like today, I had 2 weeks to do that resume thing, and I turned it in just about 20 minutes ago, like an hour before it's due, and I was like finishing it up. I don't know, it's just what I do. Like, did you ever see that picture? Like, I've seen those things where it says like due, as in like D-O, it'll be like, or no, I ruined that. Okay, due as in like it's due. It'll be like due April 19th, and then like the next thing it says due April 19th.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that stuff, and
that's so true.
That's so me. That's me.
So yeah, that's true, dude. I don't think procrastination is that bad of a problem for me, because like I just do my homework when I want to. Like if I don't want to do it, then I'm not gonna do it. So. Yeah.
I remember I think it was the second episode, we talked about our goals for this year, because it was short after the new year. We're about a month into the new year now, and one of my goals was to get stuff done in a more timely manner.
You're not doing
and
that.
Not procrastinate so much. I am.
Really?
That was the first time. Yeah, because last week I did all of my homework due for the week on Monday, and I did not do homework Tuesday through Thursday last week. I didn't have to. I got everything done. I have done a lot better than I did last semester.
Okay.
So I think I'm doing pretty good at my goal. I could do better than what I am, but it is an improvement.
Okay.
So
that's not okay. I guess it's not bad. I remember saying I was gonna read more, and what else did I say? Read more. I'm doing that. That's actually a thing. I think I need to pick another book out, because the last book I'm reading right now, I'm kind of stuck on. Like it's the second book to the one you're reading right now, Nate.
Yep.
And it like I think the first book or the second book is the first book in better detail, and I don't know. I just kind of already read it. So like
yeah.
It is interesting, but I feel like I should pick another book, because I keep finding myself not wanting to read that book that much. Yeah. So wait, how are we doing on time? I have not looked. We are at, oh my gosh. Dude, we're almost at 30 minutes already.
I know. I know.
And we like barely even talked about anything serious yet. This is, wow. Okay. I'm staring here at this thing I've had open for a while, and it's the 6 different companies that own 95% of the U.S. Media. Like, as in 95%, as in, like, the volume. So, like, 90% of traffic is within these 6 companies for like the entire country. And it's News Corp, Time Warner, Sony, Comcast, Viacom. I don't know how to say that one.
I think it's Viacom.
Viacom? Okay, and Disney. And that's just crazy, dude, that these 6 companies can control everything that basically the entire United States sees on TV and the internet and everything. Like, they have so much power on people's like opinion and like people's mind right now because of social media and Twitter and stuff. They have so much power. And like, you could really tell how they did have so much power, I think, during the last election. You could really tell that they have a lot of power.
Like you said, 90% of the entertainment on TV of the different sources are by the same 6 companies. And I think you told me this, you brought up this point when you showed me yesterday. If those 6 people talked, they could portray the same message amongst pretty much everything that we are seeing here.
And they do that, dude. That's the thing.
And that's why they did try to have such a big influence on this last election. They all put out the same news.
And guess what?
Because
it didn't work. Companies. Guess what? It didn't work, and Trump is our president.
It's crazy. Everything working against him, and he still managed to get in there.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I don't want to talk about Trump right now for the podcast, though. But yeah, that's crazy. These 6 companies control so much. Not saying it's like bad, or I am kind of saying it's not the best, but like it's not unfair, is what I'm saying. Like they got there by literally just getting bigger and bigger, buying more and more companies, and that's just what happened. There's 6 of them.
And obviously they did something right to own so many of the biggest companies, all the names that most people living in the United States know. They picked up on what people were interested in, and they bought the company on its rise,
and now they
turned it into something even better.
So yeah, do I think it's kind of a monopoly? Yes, I do.
That's what I was
thinking.
thinking.
That's the thing is, like, I thought monopolies weren't supposed to exist in America. I thought that was like something back in Rockefeller times that like they really tried to stop. And now I think the media is one of the main monopolies going on. Ooh, excuse me. And I think the other one is crap. It just literally went over my head. The media, and then phone companies, like cell phone companies. That's a freaking monopoly, dude.
Yeah, there's like 3 big names. I'd say that the 3 big names are Sprint, Verizon, and AT&T. Those are the ones that most people use.
Yeah. I think T-Mobile's up there too.
T-Mobile, yeah. I heard that they were on the rise.
Yeah. I think Sprint's really small actually now. Like, I was looking at a national coverage of Sprint, and dude, they're not even like half of what Verizon is. It's nuts. Like, I didn't realize how poor Sprint was compared to Verizon. I don't mean poor in money, but like poor in like quality. Cause I have Sprint. I know so many people are watching this and they're gonna like, Sprint's gonna hate us now, right, man? They're gonna be like, and all your fans, you just dissed us, and they're gonna do that. But no, I don't mind Sprint. It's not a problem where I live, so I can't complain. But if I were to move anywhere else in the country, I couldn't have Sprint. It's not good service there.
Yeah, we've always had Verizon ourselves, but my mom had Sprint for a little bit, and she did not get very good service most places she was. When she was in Saginaw, it always worked, but when she lived out in a more, like...
Don't say the town where she lives, dude. No,
she
you're
doesn't
good with
live there
Saginaw.
now.
Yeah,
she doesn't live there now.
No, you're good with
But
Saginaw.
in a more rural area, she did not get service at all, would always lose calls, so switch right back to Verizon. It just doesn't cover that well.
Yeah, dude. That's just... I think, what's another monopoly? There's got to be more in America. I mean, there's the phones, the media. But, like, the thing is there anything you could do to, like... You can't tell Verizon or Sprint or AT&T, like, hey, you're a monopoly. You have to sell some of your some of your phone towers to other phone towers that are trying to start new businesses. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like,
Yeah, they
you need a
worked
lot
for
of
what they
money.
got.
You need a lot of money to have a cell phone operation like that. Like, think about it. They have to pay Apple to be able to have a AT&T iPhone and like they're like stuff like that. Like, you have to pay a lot of money for that. So like there kind of that's like one acceptable monopoly, I guess, is phone companies. Because
At
like
this
what can you
point-
do to stop that, really?
I mean, I think that there all are smaller companies, but they're branching off of the bigger
They
ones.
use their
and they
towers
use the same
too.
towers.
They have
yeah.
to rent the towers from.
A big one that I hear a lot recently, Cricket.
I was just gonna say
believe
that.
they use AT&T towers.
Yeah, they do. I have a friend that has that, and he likes it. AT&T is, I heard, like, that is the one I never hear complaints from. I hear ones from Verizon and Sprint, but never AT&T. So, like, I want to switch from Sprint, but, like, I don't have to pay for my phone bill while I'm on Sprint. So, yeah, I'm going to stay on Sprint.
Right now, my parents are paying for my phone still. We're with Verizon. I'm not gonna branch away from them paying. I could definitely use some support
I'd rather
on that.
pay for my phone.
Oh yeah, dude.
So, yeah, that's done with the Monopoly talk. Do you have any, like, topics or news stories that you want to discuss here on The Scoop?
On this,
I got one, if you don't have one.
Go for it.
And I remember talking to you about this, like, briefly, because I wanted to save it for the podcast. And I remember you were interested in this, but it was when you were
Okay.
writing that paper. There's a thing called the Schumann resonance, and this is like the frequency of the electromagnetic field across the earth. And this is proven for affecting humans' minds and like the way they think and like the way their emotions are. And like over the last decades, it's been at like, I think it was like 7 something. I'm gonna have to look up the article in a minute. Excuse me. Sorry about that cough, guys. I probably just broke people's eardrums if they're listening to this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to cut that out. But so yeah, usually it's at like 7 or 8, the frequency, and right now it is spiking up like over this last month to like 15 and 25, and there's no signs of it stopping. The frequencies are just going up and up and up with peaks just like getting higher and higher. Like I think they actually have spiked over 30 a few times.
So what effect is this having on the thinking and what we're feeling? Like, what do you know? What exactly is being changed?
I'm about to say that, and I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't like jumping on you there, but yeah. So what it does is it affects people's emotions like kind of negatively. Like when it goes up, it's known that like people are more stressed out, and people feel like time is going by way too fast. And there's like a bunch of different things about it, and it's a really crazy thing. Like I haven't looked much up about it, and I want to learn more about this because that's so interesting, dude. Like literally a frequency we don't see, we don't feel, we don't like anything. We don't even know it's there, and it's affecting us in our mood.
Do you know what caused it to change? Like the spike? Was there anything on that?
I do actually. People think we change it in a way, and excuse me, I have to cough again. So like, what do you like? Did you read anything about this? At all?
I didn't see anything on that. While you were looking into this, I was trying to finish that paper that I had due, so I didn't get to look into it on my own. But I was interested.
So yeah, it's known that I didn't really understand it. I don't know like anything about this, but apparently, like when people are highly stressed in the mass, like across the world, it can tend to go up. And like the only reason the scientists think this is because it correlates with it. Because like they'll show like a thing where it's like people are high stress right now, and then they go to this graph of the Schumann resonance, and they're like, okay, it is spiked up right now. And it like correlates with that. So that's how they know that, I think. But it's crazy, dude, that this thing exists. Like, and people, there's some crazy theories on this that I don't even really believe. So I don't know if it's worth talking about it, but like, people think that, when it goes up, like humans get smarter and like things will get exposed. I don't know. There's some weird stuff about this. And I want to look more up about.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm interested to look more into it.
But yeah, people are really relating this to like this recent election, and that's what I've been noticing. But yeah, I don't know much about this, so I don't know if I'm like credited to say too much about this. I don't want to make myself look like too much of an idiot. Like, there's a certain threshold for that, like the idiot threshold, and I don't want to break 10. So, I just broke it with that burp, but I don't want to break it again.
Burping, coughing, you can't stop right now.
Yeah, I'm sick. Did I already talk about that in this? Did I? I don't think I did. I probably should have addressed that in the beginning.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, I have an ear infection.
You talked about your ear infection.
I did?
You did. I definitely remember now.
Oh,
you talked about that
I do
before
remember
our
it now.
break.
Yeah, I do. You're right.
During our hour break, though, we had to wait until our roommate had to go to rugby practice. He was working out and then going to rugby practice, and we thought he was going to be there the whole time, but he ended up coming back. So we got a snack, and
What did you get?
what was I? There was a point to this story. There was a point.
Was it the pizza thing? How I? You want to explain that?
Okay, so I got up to the checkout and I had my Gatorade and I had some bagel bites, and also I bought over a pound of candy.
Oh yeah, because they needed to know that, dude. Yeah, that really.
I mean, they did.
That
They're
changes
interested.
the story.
I know. But anyway, so I got up there and he said, you can get another one of these for like 50 cents more. And I said, okay. So Jason, he offered to go get me another one, and he got me another box of bagel bites. But the guy was actually talking about the Gatorade. So he brought me 2 things of bagel bites, and he's like, I was talking about the Gatorade.
Yeah, but
so he had to go back and get me the Gatorade. I knew he was talking about the Gatorade,
that
but
was BS. He was holding the pizza as he said that. He literally was like holding it and like shaking it. And he's like, for 50 more cents, you can get another one of these. And I was like, okay.
I think he was holding the Gatorade.
No,
not gonna lie.
dude,
I knew what he
no.
was talking about.
No. I knew Gatorades are 2 for $3 too. But I guess I just went full idiot there. I guess that was idiot threshold times over 10. That was like 35. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
Don't blame you. There was another point that I had to that, but I don't remember it. So
About why? Like, what was it? Why you went there or something?
okay. What I think was that in the hour break, we kind of forgot a couple of the things that we talked about in the first 10 minutes, like the ear infection.
Yep.
That's the whole reason that I brought up the break. But there you go.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is going on? This week I had 2 exams. So yeah. Oh, I already talked about that.
We did talk about that.
Dude,
See, another
yeah,
thing.
This is bad. Why we're
thing,
making the podcast
it
bad?
sucks that we
No.
had to take a break.
Dude, my
messed
laptop's
us
not
up.
plugged in right now. Hold up.
What?
Hold up. It's about to die. I got it plugged in.
Got
We're
it?
Gucci.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm on Ask Reddit right now. So I'm trying to find something new to talk about. Well, Nate, you just pull something up.
I actually did already have another
Ooh,
one.
I remember mine too. You
Go for it.
You can go first.
Okay.
I've been talking.
No, mine's just a question again. From Ask Reddit. What can you think of anything that exists because people are lazy?
What exists because people are lazy? There's probably a lot of things that exist because we're lazy. I just gotta think about it for a minute. Laptops. That's one.
True.
Because we can just sit on a couch and be on our laptop.
A remote.
Remote, yeah. That's kind of smart too.
It is.
I don't know if that's lazy. That's a different
partially
term that I think we should go by. This laptop is under that too. What is lazy though? What is actually invented because humans are lazy? Yeah, I don't know, man. Uh,
I can't really think of anything either, honestly.
Snowplow. I was gonna say, what's it called? Snowblower, but that's also under smart.
And most of these things we're thinking of them as beneficial, so it's like, oh no, it's fine. But at the same time, it does kind of go back to they were invented to save time and benefit us, but also because we're lazy.
What's another one, dude? Literally, I think I was thinking about this the other day of something that I was like, this is definitely because we are lazy. Oh, the Keurig. Definitely the Keurig
True.
is a success on the straight up factor that humans are lazy and they don't want to make a pot of coffee. So they're just like, oh, I'm going to take this little cup, going to put it in here, and the water that's already hot, I just have to hit turn on and hit one button, a medium cup, and then bam, I have a cup of coffee.
And with those, it costs way more for a Keurig. It
So
costs way
much
more
more.
to buy K-Cups rather than a thing of coffee grounds.
Dude,
But it's just because it's easier. That's really the only reason that people pay more for it.
you could make 5 pots of coffee for the price of 1 K-Cup, probably. I'm not even kidding, dude. It's so much more expensive.
No, I thought of another thing too. I was thinking of this when I was in the store the other day. When we were buying fruit for our smoothies, we buy like packaged frozen fruit rather than buying like fruit separately and cutting it up. We just buy the prepackaged fruit cut up because we don't want to cut
Are you
it
saying
up.
it's more
on our own.
expensive? Because I think it's cheaper, dude.
To buy the frozen fruit?
Yeah. Pretty sure it's cheaper.
That's true. But people do pay for more for chopped up celery sticks than celery. That's something I read too just now actually.
Because they don't want to
Just
cut
because
it
it's
up.
already
They're
cut up.
lazy.
Exactly.
That's true, man. That's funny. I remembered something, speaking of like lazy people, just speaking about people in general. This is something I hate on the sidewalk, and I don't care who you are, you cannot do this. So I was walking back from class. It's cold, it's snowy out. You know it's really cold out right now, right?
Oh yeah, it stinks to be outside.
And there's a good amount of snow out, I'd say, on the ground now. So like you don't want to walk in the grass. So like anyways, I was on the sidewalk and I'm walking. I have my headphones in, my face is on the ground. Like I stare at the ground when it's cold out and I'm walking. I don't want the wind in my face. And I'm just chilling. And I look up and I just see in like the distance there's like a group of like 4, they're probably like older moms walking down the sidewalk, and they're like in a row and they're talking and they're filling up the whole sidewalk. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep walking, but like they better move. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, they'll probably move. I keep walking, I keep getting closer, and I notice this lady on the end, she has like this boot on her leg, and she is not gonna move. I can tell she's just not gonna move. So I just stopped and I stood there because I don't want to like run into her. I'd rather have her run into me. And she literally like keeps walking and like runs into me. She literally run like I had to move out of the way. She bumped me and I stepped into the snow, and I just looked back at her, and all these moms looked at me in like disgust. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? You're literally taking up the whole sidewalk." I hated them, dude. I was pissed because like that is annoying. She is so ignorant to be thinking that. Like, I'm going to take the whole sidewalk. I have my boot on, so this boy has to get out of the way for me. I'm a mom. I'm old, and he needs to get out of the way. And I just step in the damn snow and get snow on my shoe, and, oh, God.
And I'm sure after, like, you had to do that, or if you would have not moved, then you would have been, she would have given you the title, the stereotypical teenager, the college student that doesn't care, like,
yeah, it's stupid.
But it's common courtesy, like, stay on one side of the sidewalk so people can go both ways, you know?
Yeah, like, that's like, a sidewalk isn't a one-way street. Like, these ladies are literally power walking, doing their daily walk, and filling up the whole sidewalk. And I wasn't the only one that they're cutting off. Like, I bet I wasn't the only one pissed off. But actually, dude, I do get pissed off about, like, people like this. Like, inconsiderate people, dude. That is the number one
A
thing
lot
that
of people,
just
they just
ruins
don't care. They
society.
think that what they're doing is way more important than what you're doing.
Or maybe she just wasn't aware. Some people might just not be as aware as I think everybody is.
Yeah. See, I have a pretty good self-awareness. Like, I'm really careful. I'm like, ooh, I want to make sure that I'm not in their way. Like, I try really hard to make sure I'm staying to one side, not getting in everyone's way. But some people, they just don't care.
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't cross their mind.
Inconsiderate people, man. Ugh. But, like, I don't know. That mom, like, she did have a boot on, and, like, maybe she just didn't want to get out of the way.
Honestly, for the longest time, I was thinking that you were just talking about like your ordinary winter boot,
No.
but now I'm thinking you're like a cast boot.
Yeah. I
Okay,
probably
and
should have said that.
That I get more. I was like, she's wearing a boot. Okay,
I shoulda,
like sure, a lot of people wear
No,
boots.
yeah, I
but
probably should have said that. Like, yeah, she was wearing, like, a cast boot thing. But, like, she was walking fine. And it just pissed me off because, like, I don't even know. I don't remember what I was going to say about this. Like, the main point, my main, like, conclusion on this. I guess I don't remember it. So you can
happens.
just go say what you were going to say a minute ago. I think you had a story, didn't you?
Did I?
You said you had something you were going to say. But I can continue
I think
if you don't. I was just gonna say Club Penguin is, I think it's alright to say this because, like, I think every person's played this. They're closing in about 2 months from now. On March 29th, Club Penguin will be closing. So, like, what do you think about this? Do you think, like, they're like, crap, we are not making money from this. We need to announce we're closing. Maybe someone will buy us out. Do you think it's something like that?
yeah, I'm sure it is. It's something that when I was younger, I played Club Penguin kind of a lot. It was something to do.
Was this
and
last week?
I would. No, it's been
2
quite
years?
a few years.
A year?
No. But I'd call my friend and we'd both get on Club Penguin and talk on there. But I think it's one of those things, like you said, where they're probably trying to just get attention drawn to it again. Like Vine. Months before, it's still a thing, isn't it? Isn't Vine still a thing?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
I still see Vine videos on Twitter all the time.
Yeah. They said it's going to close, but I don't think it is. And I saw some funny stuff about that, dude. That like Twitter's or Vine's biggest stars, they make a good amount of money on that. So like they told Vine, they're like, if you pay us, it was something ridiculous. It was like 6 different Vine stars. They're like, if you pay us $1 million, we'll make 6 or 7 Vine videos a week, or something like that. If you pay us like $1 million a month, or it was like something ridiculous.
That's absolutely
they're
ridiculous.
like trying to negotiate with Twitter a deal, so they keep it open. And like Twitter's like, yeah, we're gonna pay you $1 million to make 7 6-second videos a week. Yeah, good idea.
If only I could do that.
Yeah, I don't think Twitter's ever going to do that ever in their whole life. So,
Nope.
I
think it's a lot of different businesses and stuff do that. They'll say like, "Oh, we're closing," and maybe like they say that the one owner isn't interested anymore, and they're hoping that somebody else will pick it up. I mean, it happens. That one of the local restaurants in town, it's been open in my hometown. It's been open for like 60 years, and they said they were closing, and then someone else bought it right away as soon as they said that they were closing, because they had been looking to sell it for a long time, and nobody was going to buy it until they said they were closing. Then somebody jumped right on it.
Yeah,
so.
dude, I think it's a tactic. So yeah, I was just thinking about something. I just thought of this. Like, what do you think's gonna happen with social media in like the future? Like, do you think the like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, these are like the set in stone social medias, or do you think like social media websites will run their course like MySpace did, and like
That's what I was thinking.
and like they're gonna
MySpace-
grow, they'll be peaked, they'll go down, less people will use them, and then there will be some new thing that everybody likes, and they leave that and abandon that website and go to a new one. Like, what do you think social media is going to be like in the future? Like,
This has crossed my mind pretty often recently, actually, because MySpace, that was around, but not as long as Facebook has been around and Twitter has been around and YouTube. Its course of time was a lot shorter, and I feel like these ones, they're the first like big ones that everyone uses. Facebook is like the first one that was kind of
It
like
perfected MySpace. Like
exactly.
Facebook was MySpace perfected.
And it included a lot more wide range of people, like people of all ages. Now, and this kind of had to do with technology improving and everyone getting more into it over time, because my grandparents have Facebooks. Like, it included everyone. From when I was in 5th grade, I wanted to get a Facebook. I got one. My grandparents have them. It includes everyone of all ages, where I don't think MySpace did that as much. So it wasn't as widespread. I don't know. I think new ones will come up and the old ones will eventually fade away. But
I don't know,
I'd say
though,
that
dude.
I don't know.
It's weird. Like I could like make an argument for why I think Twitter and YouTube. I think Twitter and YouTube, those are like the two I use the most, and I think
Me
those
too.
are the most solid ones in my opinion.
Yeah,
and
and
I don't see anything like being able to replace that. Like what's someone gonna come out with a website that has 100 characters, or like literally Twitter is like as simple as a social media can be, yet effective. Like,
and it keeps improving. It adds new things to keep
but
it
not too much.
renovated. And no, it still has its same basis
Simplicity
that it's
and, like-
yes, the same simplicity that it started with. And now it has pages where you can read news stories and like trending
Fake news.
topics and what's that?
Fake news.
Yeah, fake news. Of course, it's a way to get fake news across to millions of people very easily. But it is providing new things and still keeping their same original tactics, you know?
Yeah. So like, I don't see anything like I could see YouTube having a competitor once somebody figures it out. Like, I think live streaming is getting pretty big, but that's not gonna take over YouTube. I don't know if you know what Twitch is. Do you know what Twitch is?
I've heard of Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. Do you know what it is? Like, people live stream their video games on there.
Okay,
And
okay.
That's pretty big right now. Like, I remember personally when that was Justin TV, and like I remember when Twitch got like bumped pretty big because there was this news story of this kid that killed himself on live streaming on Justin TV. Yeah, it's bad.
Really?
And that it's funny. Not funny, but like, man, that could be bad. Someone could like take that exact sentence and what's it called? Put me in, what's that
Just
word?
like
They'll put me in what is it? Frick. They could take that sentence and they could play just that and make me look bad.
that's what a lot of
Just like
things
the
in media
does.
do.
But like, so yeah, that actually gave Twitch like its popularity, a lot of it, when it started blowing up. But that's not why it is now. Like, it is a big thing now. And yeah, it used to be Justin TV. Now it's Twitch. That is competing with YouTube. But YouTube is completely different than Twitch in like you can upload a video to YouTube. You can't do that to Twitch. You can only live stream to Twitch. You end your live stream and then it's just like there's no videos. I mean, you can look at like highlights. I don't know where I was going with this, but like, oh, YouTube's like competitor. I don't think YouTube has a competitor yet, and I think
I
it'd
don't
be
see
hard.
anything meeting the same milestones as YouTube does. YouTube provides so much, and it has for a long time. And I don't see anything getting that big. I don't know. It's hard because that's what I know.
Yeah.
And that's what I have known for so long. But I just don't see anything reaching the same type of audience that you.
This is cool, dude. I don't know if you know it. I don't know if you're paying attention. But in like 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to break an hour for this podcast. So
Everyone is getting longer, I swear.
when it breaks an hour, I think maybe we should wrap it up a little bit.
I believe so.
It's been a good one. I think so. Yeah, I think we talked pretty fluently throughout the whole thing. I think we're getting better every episode, man. I think we had a little mix-ups. We still have not had a perfect episode yet. That's
It's hard.
not yet.
It's hard.
Episode 4, no perfects. But
5, we'll see.
we'll see, dude. I can't wait till like we can look at this and we're like, man, we got 10 episodes now and like stuff like that. I'm excited for that. So
Imagine how many we would have had if we hadn't messed up on the previous episode so much. We did 4 takes of the last one, a couple of the ones previous. It just if every day that we have sat down and done this and uploaded one, we'd have so many more if they were successful.
Hey, I mean, like, are we really gonna start out at this and be perfect?
No.
So like,
you can't.
I mean, it helps a little bit that I have some background in this, doing my YouTube stuff. But yeah, it's gonna take a minute to get it perfected. Like I told you, dude, and you can ask my subscribers. Like when I make videos, guys, am I not the biggest like screw up in all of YouTube community? Like, dude, they don't even know half the stuff that I screw up on. I've done whole videos of like skits, like I had it planned out where I'm like being a character for one of my commentaries. And I find out, I look at it, and, like, my camera wasn't recording. And I'm just like, no! And I just want to, like, kill somebody, dude. But, yeah.
Maybe a bit extreme.
Nope, I want to kill somebody, dude.
Okay.
You know.
As long as it's not me.
I'll kill the nearest person near me right now.
Looks like I'm screwed.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit separating us right now, though.
Yep. I think that's about it, man. It's about an hour, and I think we're kind of just talking about some BS right now, and I'm stuttering.
You're right.
I just stuttered pretty bad. That's a bad way to end it. I don't care though, because the most. All right, I'm gonna see the outro right now. This is the Scoop Podcast, the most unprofessional podcast you're gonna listen to on the internet. I'm Jason, or the Lazy Muffin, here with Nate.
Nate, that's me.
And we're going to sign off here in a second. Nate, what do you want as your nickname? I'm the Jason or the Lazy Muffin. You're Nate or Nate.
I can't decide now.
Okay, I guess that'll be next episode.
I need some time to think about it. You'll get a name next episode.
All right.
I'll think of it.
I'm thinking Thunderfeet because you like... I'm just kidding. I'll explain the next episode, dude.
Okay, next episode. We can tell them about it.
I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Nate, you want to
thanks again. If you're still listening an hour through, really appreciate it. And we'll see you next episode.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.